Greetings and welcome back to N21FM, Pokemon Podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Seaman. It is episode 56, and I'm all by myself again. But that's not really the fault of my co-hosts, by Johnny or Zach or anybody else. It's more on account of my busy weekend. I had a lot going on, and so we didn't really make quite enough time to record the episode this week. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying the content lately, as we're trying to commit to consistency above all else here at N21FM and making sure you guys get the content you need every week. So thank you for being here. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're excited. We've got a busy show this week. We've got a lot to talk about and some really cool things coming down the pike for Pokemon fans. I hope you enjoyed. Please look forward to it. But yeah, I had a very busy weekend. I was at a lot of things actually. I had a concert I went to. I'll show you the shirt. Video listeners or video watchers, this is the Joey Valence and Bray Hyper Youth album tour. Actually, let me pull this out too. We got the vinyl as well. It's very nice. But that's beside the point. That was Friday night, and it was so intense. I've never been to a show quite as intense as that. And my lovely wife, she's so patient with me. She came with. It was very much not the energy she's accustomed to, but she was a champ, and we had a lot of fun. But that was our Friday night, and then Saturday we did a lot of housework, did some cleaning up in here. You can't tell by looking at the place, but there is a lot of work that's been done to take care of things here. Sunday was actually really crazy. We had a magic show to go to. This was the magic show that we planned originally to go to for my birthday about a month ago, but just due to some timing and finances, we ended up having to push it out a little bit. But we went there last night. It was a phenomenal show. I actually met some of the magicians and spoke with them, and we're meeting up. We're going to be meeting up. Hopefully get to jam with some magicians soon. I haven't been able to do that in quite a while, so it'll be nice to meet like-minded folks in my area, stretch my legs a bit. I'm really excited about that. But it's funny. So in order to get to that, I accidentally locked myself out of the house right before going to that show. Actually, I locked our keys in the house, and as well as the car keys and the house keys. So what we had to do, well, just because what happened was I normally carry like a crossbody bag with me. Due to the nature of the event, it was a little higher class, so we didn't want to have me walking around with my bag. So I opted to leave the bag home, but I forgot to grab my keys off of it when I was walking out the door. So we locked the keys in the house. So at first we're like, oh God, what are we going to do? Neither of us had our keys on us. We try to figure something out, try to pick the lock, get the little credit card in between the door latch and all that. Doesn't work. It does not work at all. So what I end up having to do is kick down my front door. The deadbolt and everything still works. It's still locked up. Don't come trying to rob me. And if you're my landlord, this is all fake. But yeah, I had to kick it down, get in, get the keys, get us to the show. We got there only like 15 minutes late, which isn't bad. So a crazy weekend though, to say the least. And on top of that, Saturday evening, I also went before the magic show. I went up to a local game store where I was supposed to be doing some casting this weekend. Now, due to some technical limitations on that store's end, I wasn't able to do the casting gig the way I expected to. But the next cup they have, I should be able to cast. So I'm very excited for that opportunity. Get to kind of expand my repertoire, as it were, and do something new and fun. So keep an eye out and an ear out. You might hear me in a local Twitch stream or YouTube stream, depending on what they do. I forget which one they do. All right, that's enough of that. Patreon, patreon.com/terminal creative. You can get early access to this show, as well as access to our bonus show N21 Plus, as well as many other benefits. $1 a month is the early access, and the bonus show N21 Plus, where recent episodes include a boozing battle between myself and Johnny. Actually, live right now as you are watching this on free feed should be our we don't really have like a catchy name for it, but we're doing Pokemon Day reveal bets. We're making wagers on the reveal stream for Pokemon Day, which of the what is it called? It's like the I'm not sure what they even call it anymore. But yes, they are doing that reveal stream on February 27th. We'll get to that in a second. But we are going to watch that. We're making some bets on it. And that should be live on Patreon right now as you're listening to this, if you're listening on free feeds. $5 a month gets you the audience participation tier, where if you have any questions for us or any comments or concerns, thoughts, or ideas, we'll listen to them, hear you out. It's also where you can go to get a sneak peek at any guests we have coming on the show and ask them questions as well for our interviews. The $10 a month tier is a producer credit and your name read at the end of the show. That is just a way to, if you are flush with cash and want us to continue making this kind of content and are willing to kind of help fund it in that way, we are extremely grateful for those that have subscribed to that tier in the past. But yeah, I think it's a great value. A lot of that stuff, it's very fun. There's tons of N21 Plus content on there, not just the Booze and Battle, but countless other episodes as well. For instance, I'm trying to let me look at our library right now. I'll have a look just to see what we've got. We've got no, that's not actually. Hold on, my computer's loading. I'm so sorry, viewers. So we've got the Booze and Battle on there. We've got our Pokemon hot takes. That's actually a really fun one. I think people will really enjoy that one in particular. Let's see, what else do we have on N21 Plus? We've got our top cards of 2025 with For the Win TCG. That's a really fun video we had to make, or a fun video we got to make. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, go on and check that stuff out. I think it's a pretty robust collection of content, and I think you'll really, really enjoy it, all for the low price of $1 a month. And you're helping us to pursue our independent endeavor. I mean, we promise to never show ads or roll ads on this show or read ads or take any deals like that. But the trade-off is you guys kind of have to be the ones funding us, if you want, if you're so inclined. Now, with all that out of the way, we've got some fun topics for discussion today. A good bit of news, and then I'll go over what I'm playing, and I'll wrap it up. So, first and foremost, this is a little bit of a housekeeping thing, but also just I need your feedback, audience. This is the time where I need you to comment more than ever. If you're on Spotify, if you're on YouTube, even if you just want to DM me on Discord or whatever, this is when I need your input. So, Johnny and I are really heavily discussing making a serious change to the show. Now, if you followed us for any period of time, you know that frequently we'll go over the weekly Movers and Shakers article by Corbin Hostler over at TCG Player. But Johnny and I have found frequently that these articles are extremely subpar. So the data that Corbin presents will be misleading at best, and at worst, just factually incorrect. So we want to leave it up to you guys, really, whether or not we continue using this segment, because it's fun to go over like the big changes in prices over the weeks, but when that devolves into, oh, here's another Charizard card that went up or down $3, you know, like here's a Pikachu or a Gengar that like changed a little bit, and it's like here's another Pokemon card that isn't even like going in the same direction that all the other cards are. I just called it the biggest price spikes because that was the catchiest name. So like I said, we find his articles kind of grating to even go through, and they often just turn into bouts of negativity. So I want to save you from that if you're not interested in listening to it. So please sound off in the comments below what you think we should do with it. Should we keep that segment in? Should we go over it? For just so that you guys don't have to endure it this week, I'm gonna skip that segment this week for sure. But if you want it back, let us know. It's very important. That's really the only bit of housekeeping. We've got, I guess I should probably do this in this order. So Pokemon Day has been announced. I guess it's been announced for a while. But February 27th at 9 a.m. is going to be their stream, their direct. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. Which is, let's be honest, that's the most important time zone. Let's be real. Furthermore, we've got more on that coming up later. But there's a couple things that kind of feed into it. And then this next piece is also a bit of news, so we'll be able to transition into that pretty seamlessly. But this was something that I wanted to discuss, and I kind of want to hear your thoughts on it as well. Fire Red and Leaf Green ports have been announced for the Nintendo Switch. I'm very excited about this. I know some people aren't, though. So here's the information on it. They're going to be $20. They'll be here February 27th on Pokemon Day. They will feature the same base game as originally on the GBA. And then they will also have Pokemon Home integration. So you'll be able to move your teams from Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green into Pokemon Home and therefore into your future games as well. I don't know at this moment if you can transfer them into Fire Red. Obviously, you can't transfer anything that's not in that game's files anyways. So I think that means you can only transfer out of Fire Red or Leaf Green. But I don't know. I don't work there. There is no online support, unfortunately. That is a big point of contention. But I think that I wish we had online support so that you could just trade and battle, without having to be right next to each other. But it's going to be local wireless connections only for trading and battling. So if you really want your Alakazams, your Machamps, you're going to have to go make a friend. One thing that I have noticed a lot of conversation about revolving around this title is a couple of things. So the price point, for one, people are not happy about paying $20 for a 20-year-old game. And I see what people are getting at, but I'm not sure they could really go much lower than that. I think at the bare minimum, they sell this for $15. I think it would have been fine to see this for like $16.99, $17.99. But I don't think there's a world where they get away with selling it for only $15. We are talking about the biggest franchise in the world, but let's not forget their budget is also divided amongst their countless branches of the company. But like Pokemon Go, Pokemon Master ZX, Pokemon Anime, like the card game, the video game, Go, all these various things. Like it's not just like, oh, well, I'm paying $20 for a port. So that means, this money has to all go straight back into everything I enjoy and nothing else. It's a very tired argument that it's the biggest company in the world. If you know anything about the gaming industry, you understand that the teams working for Nintendo and for Game Freak are actually very small. So it's not like should they be putting more money into it? Absolutely. But they're not. And so I think our responsibility as consumers is to make sure they get the message. Oh, God, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. But our job as consumers is to make sure that they kind of get the memo that we're interested in more ports like this. And we want to either vote with your dollar, like I've always encouraged you to do, whether that's buy the game for that price in hopes that we get more ports, or don't buy it and make it known that, hey, I'm not buying this because it's too expensive. I'm gonna get a sip of water because I can feel my throat and chest being a little weird. All right. Another thing that was kind of controversial about this is that it is not a part of NSO expansion. So the Nintendo Switch Online program, as you know, if you have the expansion pack, you get Game Boy Advance games included in your membership, which is a great value. I think NSO is one of the best value propositions on the market right now as far as video games go, if you're going to play those games at least. Now, I'm personally of the mind that I would rather it be a standalone purchase than a subscription membership, because think about it like this. The expansion pack is $70. Now, you're going to get more than just the one game, but think about how much you'll play a Pokemon game. You'll put your hours in, and so by the time you put all those hours in, you'll probably have spent however much on the NSO membership. And I find it, you'll find, I think, that depending on the amount of games you play, it's very possible that you will have spent more dollars per hour on an NSO expansion membership than if you were to just buy the game outright for $20. There's also been like points made about piracy. This is not that conversation. I'm not going to weigh in on piracy because it is too nuanced of a discussion for me to kind of eloquently dictate to you at this moment. So I'm not really in a position to do that at the time being. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. I've already pre-ordered Leaf Green. I'm gonna play it. It'll be a great game at work. On my little breaks, just pull out the Switch and play some Leaf Green. Or actually, because of something else that I'll talk about in the what I'm playing section, it'll probably end up being a new video series for the channel. So please look forward to that. I hope you enjoy. Unless they announce something ridiculous also on Pokemon Day. So we'll see. But that kind of wraps it up. Let me know what you think about the Fire Red Leaf Green releases, the ports. Are you going to get them? Are you going to, are you interested in what they have to offer? Tell me what you think. Are you going to pirate them? Whatever, man. All right. Let's get on to some news. It'll be another quick one today, I think. Yeah, just because there's not a lot going on. So first up, this is coming from the Pokemon news segment on Pokemon.com. The first thing, I'm trying to talk more about like just Pokemon broader than just TCG. So I'm going to start with this. Pokemon Horizons anime is actually returning to Netflix on March 20th. That is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That is a Friday. Is 1, 2, 3, 4 Fridays. So like a month from a month from tomorrow if you're watching on free feeds. Which is pretty exciting. It's going to be part 3 of season 2 or part 2 of season 3. Hold on. I had that, but I think I got that backwards. Let me look. Season 3 part 2 is what it is. And that will be on Netflix if you have that subscription. I haven't caught up on the anime in a long time, but this has me kind of interested. It will follow, let's see. It'll follow Liko, Roy, and friends. And some new adventures. I don't even know who these characters are, but I've been seeing some Paldea guys. There's a new teammate named Ult. There's some who's determined to befriend the mysterious Pokemon inside the Dusk Ball he carries. I'm not sure. This will be cool. I need to catch up on the anime. Apparently Horizons was crazy. There was like just a regular kid with a shiny Rayquaza, and that's interesting to me. So we'll see. I'm going to jump back in eventually and just kind of see what's up to that. This next one's actually really cool. This is Pokemon Go Road to Kalos is now underway. So the day of recording this is February 23rd, and which is day one of this event. This will go from the 23rd today all the way until the 27th, which is Pokemon Day, this Saturday, or this Friday, rather. And so today's is featuring Kanto Pokemon, specifically the starter trio, Pikachu, Clefairy, and Meowth. And then the day this goes live on free feeds will be Sinnoh Day, which will feature that starter trio, as well as Bidoof, Shinx, and Snover. The full list of Pokemon, raid details, some outfits, some recurring event Pokemon, that's all available at the Pokemon.com news page. I recommend you check that out if you're interested. There could be something exclusive and interesting if you really, really want to do that. But yeah, if you're still playing Pokemon Go, I think this is a cool way to catch up, get some starters, get some candies, get some fun little event guys. I always liked events where the Pikachus would get like random little hats. It was cute. It was very nice. All right. TPCI is set to acquire a major TCG distributor named Excel Brands. This comes to us from not TCG Player, but from PokeBeach. This was published 4 days ago, saying that TPCI has announced it will soon acquire Excel Brands, a leading U.S. distributor of trading card games and collectibles. Excel, along with other distributors, helps deliver products from TCG manufacturers to retailers. So this will be able to move the cards from manufacturer, namely places like the new factory they're making in North Carolina, to your major distributors like Target, Walmart, Kroger, BJ's, CVS, all those places. But I've got the full press release from TPCI right here. Bellevue, Washington, February 19th, 2026. The Pokemon Company International today announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire Excel Brands, a leading U.S. distributor and category management service provider of trading cards and collectibles. The transaction is expected to close subject to regulatory approvals and customary closing conditions. The acquisition builds on a relationship spanning decades. During that time, Excel Brands has become the Pokemon Company International's largest distribution partner in the U.S., and the companies have worked closely together, developing deep respect for each other's cultures and the trust they have earned across the industry. Quote, "This reflects our long-term commitment to supporting the Pokemon community and the broader trading card ecosystem," end quote, said Kenji Okubo, president of the Pokemon Company International. Quote, "Excel Brands has built a strong reputation as a trusted distributor and category management partner for their customers with deep insight into the needs of Pokemon fans," end quote. The trading card and collectible category continues to evolve, with increasing expectations around fulfillment and customer experience. Through this investment, the Pokemon Company International expects to support continued investments in XL Brand's capabilities while maintaining its independent approach to serving retail and brand partners. Quote, "From the beginning, XL Brands has been built on trust, long-term relationships, and commitment to excellence," end quote, said Stan Seidler, founder and chairman of XL Brands. Quote, "This next chapter allows us to preserve those values while positioning the business for the future," end quote. Quote, "This partnership is an exciting milestone for our teams," end quote, said Terry Rosendahl, CEO and president of XL Brands. Quote, "It allows us to keep doing what we do best for our retail and brand partners while continuing to invest in our team, systems, and service," end quote. As both Pokemon and XL Brands celebrate their 30th anniversaries this year, the companies view this milestone as the start of a new chapter built on 3 decades of trust and shared values. About XL Brands, founded in 1996, XL Brands is a full-service category management and distribution partner committed to driving growth for trading cards and collectible brands, as well as retail partners across the United States. Headquartered in Des Moines, Iowa, the company works closely with leading brand and retail partners to develop compelling programs that increase sales and elevate customer experience. Now, that was a lot, and a lot of it was like business jargon and like, I don't know, like corporate speak. But it's exciting that these two are really, really solidifying their relationship as companies and hopefully combating a little bit of the negativity surrounding the customer experience in the Pokemon space. I mean, it's so hard to get sealed product right now. You guys all know that. I'm not, you know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But hopefully, with them being able to hopefully meet demand and maybe overprint, we should all be able to get our sealed sometime soon. All right. What else is left? Okay, this is the last real news article. And it's not even an article, it's more just I guess it's maybe a topic of discussion, but it's important to keep an eye on this stuff. I'm looking at the LinkedIn page for TPCI. They've posted quite a few jobs this week. I'll start at 6 days ago. So they've got a business operations associate, art approval, bilingual English and Japanese. This is a 12-month fixed-term contract. A senior systems engineer, a corporate counsel, a workplace services manager, a facilities coordinator, an import and export analyst, senior public relations and influencing marketing manager, Latin America, bilingual English and Spanish, product marketing manager, mobile and apps. This one's based out of London, actually, in the UK, and is a hybrid job. A senior internal audit project manager, an associate product marketing manager for mobile and apps, then a manager for financial reporting and consolidations. What this tells me is, of course, there's going to be some right sizing done in the Pokemon company, just some general audits of stuff that they're doing. They're really, really going to be pushing for some mobile and app types of content. I'm sure this will either be Pokemon Masters, Pokemon Go, or, of course, Champions, which is coming out very, very soon. Unless potentially they could be working on a new app. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not totally sure. So there's of course the influencer type job they're doing or the influencer marketing manager that they're doing for Latin America. That'll be really cool. They're probably doing something. It's probably an initiative to get more attention on it in Latin America. They've obviously invested a lot of money into the Latin American scene for Pokemon. I'm sure that they want to continue returning on that investment and getting a lot of money, which means they need to make sure that their presence doesn't wean off at all. They had a big push at the start of the A-Spec era in the Pokemon trading card game, which was what, 2024, 2025? I don't remember. But since then, it's been kind of radio silence. At least for me, I haven't seen a lot of it. I thought I would have seen more of it, but we'll see. So, I don't know. Seems pretty cool. I'm interested to see what comes of these jobs. It's always fun to speculate on what could come from them. But that's really about all I've got for the news this week. That's really about it. I guess we'll kind of go to what I'm playing. Man, this has flown by. A little half hour. We'll probably be done in 35 minutes. It's a good episode. Good length. All right. So what I'm playing right now, there's a couple things that I'll talk about. First of all, with Pokemon, I've been still on Zoroark Control, just on account of the fact that there is a Zoroark LGM build that I really, really like, that I've been playing a ton of on live. Excuse me, I'm yawning. And I want to play it more in person. So I think I'm going to look into that, try and get it built in time for some tournament of some consequence. Hopefully do something decent with that. But that's all for Pokemon TCG I've been playing. I haven't really done anything else. What I have been playing, though, that I've been very excited about, and this is what I picked up at my an LGS, when I was supposed to be there for casting, this is what I picked up. I picked up this. For audio listeners, this is a Nintendo Game Boy Advance. It is in really good condition, and you'll notice there's a cartridge in it. I picked up an original copy of Pokemon Ruby. Now, this is after I traded in quite a few expensive cards, but I was able to get these two things as well as some games for my wife Nicole's DS. So I've been having fun with that. I need, of course, to get back into Pokemon Black and White, well, Pokemon Black, to go over the end game. Hopefully, I'll do that sometime soon, so that I can post it onto the channel. And then, of course, I'll be able to make my video on it for the 15th anniversary. But all that to say, um, I've been having a lot of fun with Ruby. I've just started. Really, it's been like kind of the 15-minute break game at work. And then when I'm just on my little breaks, I'll pull it out, I'll fire it up, and lately I've just been trying to catch and level up a Ralts. So I don't know. It's I'm excited about it. It's my first time playing a Game Boy Advance cartridge of my own. Every other Pokemon game I've played has been either DS, 3DS, or someone else's. So pretty exciting for me. I'm not a big fan. Obviously, like, this was an expensive buy. I don't think I would do it again. I think it's nice to have one instance of original video game on original hardware, but I think I'll probably either get a bespoke emulation handheld or get reproduction cartridges, because I can't do $100 a game, man. It's ridiculous. It's truly like not reasonable at all. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm happy for the folks who like collect them, but like, why am I paying for the condition of a cartridge, man? I'm here to play video games. Let's get real. All right. Furthermore, I've been playing some video games pretty hardcore that aren't Pokemon. I'm really excited about a couple of these. I dove back into Overwatch for its update, and it was fun. I might dive back in. I don't know, man. Overwatch just like can't hold me very well. We might be doing, ooh, excuse me, I'm yawning again. We might be doing a little bit of Overwatch with the boys, like we said we were gonna do with Unite, which we still need to do, but we'll see. So a little bit of Overwatch might be in the pipeline soon. And then there's two games that I know you haven't heard of, but I'm excited to talk about them. The first one is Lovish. I've been playing this demo on Steam. It's on Xbox and PlayStation as well, and I think Switch. But this is a cute little platformer game. It's very, very simple. And it's very, very WarioWare-esque, where it's like most of these levels are single screens where you just kind of have to jump around, fight little enemies, do little puzzles, dodge traps and hazards. And when you reach the door at the end of the level, you have like a little cutscene or a little mini game. It's pretty funny. It's very cute. I think it's worth at least trying out the demo. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's very cutesy. And I'm just kind of on like a retro games type of kick. I really want to play God of War Sons of Sparta, but I don't have a PS5, so I haven't been able to do that. I understand that the reviews of it are bad, but I also am interested. I'm curious. And then the last game is yet another retro style game, but it is coming out very soon. Actually, just had the release date announced today. It's going to be April 20th. This game is Saint Slayer Spear of Sacrilege. This is made by Lilymo Games, which is a studio owned in part by Colin Moriarty of Colin's Last Stand and Last Stand Media, who I've been following for quite some time. I think he makes really good podcasts. And I've definitely stolen some of his ideas and some of his formula just because like it's good and it sounds good and I like the way it sounds. But he is co-owner of Lilymo Games, and they're putting out this Saint Slayer Spear of Sacrilege. It is a old school not Metroidvania, but 2D side scroller with that feels kind of like Castlevania in some sense. It is like in ancient Europe, very Catholic. You play as Rudiger, who is, just coming back from the war, but he hears some rumblings in his village of something crazy going on at the church, and he goes to check it out. And craziness ensues. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this game day one and I'm going to make a video on it. I really hope you guys like it. That'll be April 20th. Hopefully, I'm able to make some time for that when it happens. But I'm very excited about this game. I really want to play it. It's kind of tough, but it's fun. It's very nostalgic. And I like Catholic games, like Catholic looking stuff. So this is right up my alley. Okay. But that's it. If you think you'll check out any of those games, of course, like, or if any of them spark your interest, let me know in the comments below. And leave a like on the video, rate us on Spotify. Let us know what you think. I think that about wraps it up. This has been a pretty good episode of N21FM, Pokemon Podcast. Again, check us out. You can get the show early on Patreon, patreon.com/terminalcreative, $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, all that good stuff for your various perks there. Check out the Pokemon Day predictions video or audio that we've just put up over on Patreon. I think you'll enjoy that quite a bit. But that about wraps it up. Goodbye. Be well, be good, and behave. And I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.